He claimed to remember things no living person should remember. Chief John Smith, photographed in 1920, reportedly 137 years old, carried centuries on his face. Whether the number was exact matters less than this. Some lives stretch so long they become their own history. The bridge was doing something bridges should never do. Howard Clifford ran while the Tacoma Narrows twisted and heaved beneath him on November 7, 1940. He made it. The bridge did not. Engineers studied that collapse for decades and rewrote everything they knew. Between campaigns, the blackshirts found other ways to pass the time. These Italian fascists, fighting Mussolini's brutal war in Ethiopia, dressed in ways their ideology would have condemned at home. War reveals contradictions that peacetime keeps carefully hidden from everyone. One man saw a traitor. The other saw a future. Red Square, 1990, a retired Soviet colonel and a demonstrator face each other across 40 years of ideology and a world already beginning to crack. One of them was right about what was coming. He wasn't performing. He was just living. For 3 weeks in 1963, a Life magazine photographer followed Steve McQueen through motorcycles, guns, and open roads. The camera caught something Hollywood couldn't manufacture. Some men are exactly as cool as they appear. This was not science fiction. A man in 1954 making a phone call from his car, decades before anyone called it a mobile phone. The technology existed long before the pocket. We just had not figured out how to make impatience small enough to carry yet. They taunted her through the bars on Christmas Day. Tatiana the Siberian tiger cleared a 13-foot wall that was supposed to make taunting safe. San Francisco Zoo, 2007. One boy died. The tiger was shot. She had simply responded to provocation. He flew from one end of the axis to the other just to look at this. A Japanese officer, 1943, studying Germany's most feared tank up close. Tokyo bought the blueprints and one disassembled tiger. The Pacific War ended before Japan could build its own. The French named it one thing. The locals called it another. Bab el Par stood in Tunis in 1895 as it always had, a gate between worlds, surrounded by traders who answered to neither empire. Some doorways belong only to the people who walk through them. She had the most celebrated voice in America, and they put her in a cell for using it in front of the wrong crowd. Ella Fitzgerald, 1955, arrested for singing to an integrated audience. The music did not stop. The law simply embarrassed itself. She was cast as a Venusian guard in a 1953 comedy and somehow made the ridiculous look eternal. Anita Ekberg had that effect on everything. Abbott and Costello went to Mars. The audience forgot the plot entirely and just watched her instead. The tailhook caught, but everything else went wrong. A TBF Avenger of VT-4 ended upside down across USS Ranger stacks on March 2, 1943, mid-Atlantic, still tethered to the arresting cable like punctuation on a very bad landing. The pilot survived somehow. The torpedo weighed more than most cars. Ground crews at Takao loaded it anyway, carefully, because one mistake ended everything. This G4M1 Betty would carry that weapon toward ships that did not yet know it was coming. The early Pacific War had no mercy. He was in the same car. He heard the same shots. John Connolly survived Dallas on November 22, 1963, while the man beside him did not. He spent the rest of his life carrying that day inside him alongside the bullet they never removed. Nobody on that Tunisian desert set knew they were standing inside the future. Star Wars began filming on March 22, 1976 in a landscape that would become another world entirely. A cast of unknowns. A director with an impossible vision. The rest belongs to everyone. She is proud of whatever that is. A 1950s kitchen, Kodachrome colors, a young woman presenting meat covered in pineapple like it was the greatest culinary achievement of the century. In fairness, by 1950 standards, it very possibly was exactly that. The war they enlisted for was already over. Czechoslovakia existed now, somewhere impossibly far from this frozen platform. The Legion stood in -40 degrees in Siberia, 1918, in front of a train that needed to cross an entire continent to take them home. He handed her the camera and told her to photograph herself. Geraldine Fitzgerald, 1942, learning from life photographer G. John Mealy how to capture her own image. The result survived 80 years. Most people never get to decide how history remembers their face. The chair was trying to tell you something before Rickover said a word. Admiral Rickover's interview room, 1950s, featured a seat with the front legs sawed down 6 inches. If you noticed and adapted, you passed the first test before the questions even started. It was buried under an airport runway for 40 years. The Fugaku was Japan's answer to a question America never let them finish asking. A 6-engine superbomber designed to hit the American mainland, pulled from Haneda construction soil in 1984, unfinished and forgotten.